Hey guys, what is going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the most effective skill moves to use in FIFA. These are the skill moves that I like to use a lot. It might be different for different people. I'm just gonna make sure that my controller works so you guys can actually see all my commands here. I'm gonna be basically explaining the commands. But then, if you guys still have trouble seeing exactly what I'm doing, you can just slow down the video and see the exact commands I'm doing as the moment is happening, right? So we're gonna start off with the shooting one. So just so I can show you guys from left to right and from right to left what types of skill moves you want to use in each situation. So one of the new skill moves this year is the La Croqueta. This skill move is a FIFA mechanic. And when I say it's a FIFA mechanic, I basically mean that it's a skill move people use a lot in certain areas that don't really make sense. But if you watch football and understand the sport, the areas that it does work out in, it also works out in this game, right? So the way to do the croqueta is you want to be holding L1 or LB, and then you're just doing a ball roll, essentially, right? So a ball roll normally would be that you're just holding the right stick to the right, holding the right stick to the right, holding the left stick to the left. I did not mean to do that. If you go up, left, right, so on and so forth. But the croqueta, if you want to be able to get that little momentum boost, right, you just hold L1, LB, do the skill move that like as if you're doing a ball roll, and it's very helpful. The reason why this skill move is very good, and it's going to be the same for all the other skill moves as well, is that the momentum that you keep on the ball is always fast. It doesn't slow down the ball, and it puts the ball in a very good position for you to be able to either shoot it or for you to pass the ball, right? So some situations that you can use this skill move is usually inside the box. That's where a lot of people like to use this skill move, right? So they'll be cutting inside, they'll do that skill move, get the extra angle, then make the pass, right? So you can see that when you make that acceleration touch, you get more to the side, right? So you're just going in, you do the skill move. Obviously, you don't want to cut to the inside because then it's going to be easier for the defender to get the ball. So you can go on the inside, do the skill move. You'll be more on the outside, but your player will carry the momentum inside the box, and that way you can pass it across goal or pass it anywhere in the midfield to be able to score those certain opportunities, right? So that's one area you can use that skill move. Another area people use a skill move right now. I'm not gonna say right now because by the time this video comes out, hopefully the patch is out. What people do is they like to do it from this area, do this, and then do the finesse shot from there. I'm not even used to doing it because I'm trying to turn off my brain from actually doing a finesse shot because of the new driven shot mechanic. But basically, it's basically just like the regular finesse shot. You're timing it, but instead you're doing it from the skill move. You get into the area, and then that way you can time those shots there, right? Another skill move that's very helpful to use nowadays is obviously the drag back, right? So the drag back is very good because it allows you to accelerate backwards, allow the defender to overcommit to a certain side, and then for you to accelerate to the other direction to get into a better position. So I was explaining this one with the 1v1 finishing the other day, is that the drag back in situations like this, all you have to do, and trust me, it registers very poorly online because there's two different ways of doing it. You can either flick it, right? Which you can see it doesn't always register really well there, right? You can either flick it or you can hold it, right? So you see that the entire time I'm using my left stick, I'm holding it, right? I'm just switching the direction. So I'm facing downwards, I'm holding it upwards, right? See? I never flick it, but you can flick it. That's the two different variations of doing it, right? The reason why that skill move is good is, again, to get the angles against the opposition, right? If you're over here at the bottom and you know that someone is overcommitting to that side of the defender, you can do that, get into that angle, and do a driven finesse shot from there because that angle does actually work from those positions. You could just do this and then just do that, right? So you can shoot like that. Obviously, the player needs to have minimum 4-star weak foot with good finishing, good composure for him to consistently hit those, because that angle when it's facing away from goal like this, if it's on their strong foot, they'll hit it more consistently, but on their weaker foot, they won't hit it as consistently. So what a lot of people like to do is they like to cut back inside, but they're risking it because the other defender that they have to defend against, or they're using to defend against you, could get the ball because they're in that area, right? So that's why some people, they don't overcommit and go inside like that because they know that the other defender will just be there. So they'll just do the one time and then be able to do a driven finesse shot from there just to get that angle, right? But the drag back is, again, two different options. You're holding R1, you hold the entire time, right? or with the left stick, you're going the first direction is backwards every time, and then the other direction is you choosing a side. Do you want to exit to the left, to the right, diagonally upwards, whatever you want, right? Because you can go backwards forwards, right? Backwards forwards. You can do that as well. It's really entirely up to you. The backward forwards helps as well, but instead of doing the backwards forwards, well, I'm not facing the right angle here, but if I'm going up and down, instead of doing that, it's actually better to just do the heel to heel from that area, because the way that the heel to heel comes off, it comes off with, excuse me, I did it the wrong way. It's forward back. It causes more momentum on the ball, causes more acceleration. That's the important thing with skill moves. You don't want to do the roulette, right? Because it's not fast, right? It's smooth, it's authentic, right? But it's not like really fast. It is effective sometimes, right? It's not an ideal skill move to use, because when you do the skill move, it's easier for the defender to get the ball off of your player as well. So you got to be careful of that too, right? So that's one skill move. Another one is obviously, I think it's L1, yes. So you can do the Burba spin. I think the Burba spin you can only do with the 5-star skillers. I'm not sure how shooting is going to work volleys-wise when the new patch comes out, but this specific skill move combo that you use, right, of doing that skill move, flicking the ball in the air, and then taking the shot right away while hitting a driven shot is very effective, because volleys in this game are very accurate. Because you'll see right here, I know that I'm using Ronaldo, but it does do this quite often online, is that I can do the shot and it'll hit the target, right? So with Ronaldo, depending on the area that the ball is being flicked up towards, if you're going down, you'll notice that when you flick it, it goes to the top part. So you're going in the opposite direction of where you're looking. So when you do that, if you're in a position like this, where you see the half circle or the semicircle, right? And you're in a position over here, if you do the flick, it's more ideal to hit it in that direction over there, to the opposite side, right? If you're facing this angle right here and you do the shot here, right, you want to hit it to the opposite side, because it depends on where your player is looking. Now, I'm obviously not hitting the shot perfectly here, but it's just to show you guys an example of what you can do in those certain situations, right? So the Burba spin is very effective as well. Obviously, the heel to heel, like I was showing you guys earlier, heel to heel is really good, because I like to use this sometimes when I'm in a position like this and I want to be 1v1 with a goalkeeper. So I'll just do this the entire time. See, it doesn't register sometimes because the registration is weird, right? Flick, 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 right? And you're getting inside. That makes the defender stop, right? And it allows you to keep going forward with the skill move, right? So again, if you're facing upwards over here, you just keep flicking, right? And it just carries the momentum. Your player never slows down from the skill move, right? Like the transition is very nice with it too. I'm trying to think of other skill moves that I use. Oh, the one I always do. This is a personal thing. I like doing this skill move because it is a consistent skill move to look in the direction I know it's going to look towards, right? So if I'm going upwards, right, and I do a fake shot, just a fake shot. So the way you want to do it, some people just do it where they press with their thumb, but they're pressing each button separately. Roll your thumb from circle to X and from B to A, right? So you'll see I'm rolling it, right? Rolling it, my thumb's rolling. I'm not doing boom boom, right? Because you can do that, right? But this is very unnatural. If you slide it, your player is a little more consistent. So you'll notice, right, when you're doing the fake shot stop, your player always looks in the direction of the opponent's net, right? So if I'm facing upwards, right, and I do a fake shot, always to the opponent's net. Facing this way, always to the opponent's net. There is a way for you to stop the ball in a certain position where it doesn't look towards the goalie's net, and that way is using the L1. So if you want to do this, I think it's L1 or R1. I don't know if they removed it, but it's fake shot L1 or R1. Fake shot R1. There it is. So it's R1. So you can face a certain direction you want to face if you're holding R1 while doing the fake shot. So obviously I never use it because I know this is a consistent thing. I want to always look in this direction. I know that when I do the fake shot, this is the direction that it's going to look. But it is helpful to be on the sides over here, right? And if you want to do a fake shot stop here, you could just do it right there and then face backwards, right? That's very helpful when you're using your fullbacks in that area and someone thinks that you're going to overcommit to the side, and you can just do a fake shot because they think that you're going to do this skill move, right? This is another skill I'm going to show you guys. This is the skill move that Mbappe did against the goalkeeper to get past him. I don't know what it's called, but it's basically this skill move right here, right? So this one right here, right? This one right here. That's going right there. Some people think that you're actually going to pull that off when you're using certain players. So instead of doing that, you can fake them out by holding the fake shot downwards and then going backwards, right? Or you'll be facing downwards, doing the fake shot downwards and just going directly behind you, right? Because that fake shot, you can see how the person is defending. Are they going to overcommit? Are they going to stay in their general area? If they stay in their general area, then that way you can predict where you want, or not predict, but you can kind of dictate where you want to dribble to open up the space, right? I don't personally do this myself while I'm running. I don't want to like doing this, or if I'm doing this and I face downwards instead. I don't personally do that myself. But is it very helpful, and is it something you should incorporate into your game? Yes, because there are certain positions, right, where you can find yourself in very good position. So if you're facing upwards over here and you want to face backwards like this, you'll notice that my player is facing in the opposite direction downwards. For you guys, it's this way, right? So this is the direction that he's facing. So you'll notice that you can actually do a skill move combo with that, where if you're facing upwards, you do the fake shot downwards, ball roll, right? You can kind of link up certain skill moves together for them to come off. Now, again, we are talking about online gameplay, so it is very inconsistent in terms of whether the skill moves will come off, because sometimes I do the drag back and my player does this very weird... You can't even... This is an online thing, because you can't even do it from here, right? Your player doesn't even... See, if you're facing anywhere else, it is impossible for your player to do that thing that he does online. He just did it right there, but he still did the actual skill move. What your player does online is that he completely unregistered, or I don't know, I guess it's unregistered, unregisters from the ball and completely forgets about it, right? So you'll see that even if he unregisters from the ball, right, he still does it. You can still control it, right? So you'll notice that your player will do it, and then you'll try to control it again, and then he'll actually do it. It doesn't happen very often online. And then the last skill move that you guys are going to want to learn is this one, again, like the Mbappe skill move like I was teaching you guys. Basically, you just do a fake shot in a direction, but you have to be holding L1 or LB. So you'll be running, hold L1, fake shot, right? You'll notice that the angles where you want to get these in is you have to be facing at an angle to be cutting inside. So if you want to go directly on the inside like this, going straight down like this, you want to be able to face this direction like this and then do the skill move, right? And that way you can go downwards. If you want to go inside the 18-yard box, you're facing this way, boom, right? You're going inside the 18-yard box. You're doing the skill move from this transition to this transition, and you're getting that angle, right? That's a very good skill move because your player's body gets in front of the ball as he's doing the skill move. So because your player's body gets in front of the ball, it allows you to defend against defenders. You concede fouls, or not you concede fouls, but the other person concedes fouls very often because that skill move allows you to open up the space for yourself, as well as possibly get a penalty from it. And I think last but not least, I would say the other effective skill move would be to use the angled body feint. So you guys might remember the regular body feint, right? This is kind of effective a little bit, not too much. I use it sometimes in certain areas just to freak out the other person a little bit in terms of taking like these extra touches. Because sometimes you'll find yourself in a position where instead of wanting to do the ball roll, right, you actually want to do the body feint. Because the ball roll doesn't face the ball at a 90-degree angle. The ball roll faces the ball at an angle like this, or in your case, like this, right? But if you want the ball to be like this instead of like this, depending on the defender that's in front of you, right, you may just want to commit directly downwards, right, instead of going in and then going at an angle, right? So it's going down, but it's more going down at an angle like this, right? It's all about angles in this game. Those little intricate little angles that you get yourself in is very important for you to pull off certain skill moves to get into that space that your opponent is opening up. But yeah, most skill moves in FIFA, it can be ineffective sometimes. The drag back is very effective. Angled body feint is helpful, not effective, but it's helpful to get into a certain position. Heel to heel, obviously, the acceleration that it puts on the ball is magnificent. If you have a 5-star skiller, the Burba spin is very helpful as well. If my player can do it right, the Burba spin is very helpful as well because you go in the opposite direction. You can hit a volley from it right away. You can do the fun stuff like where it's like you can flick the ball upwards, which you can't even do anymore. Do you have to actually flick it? Interesting. I don't know how to actually flick. Do you have to hold L trigger? No idea. Yeah, I don't know how to flick the ball. I know how to flick the ball up when you're, like, if you're here, I know how to do this, right? You're just flicking that constantly, right? You're just flicking the ball the entire time. Like, I know how to do this, but how do you do it on the floor? It used to just be holding it. Like, when you held it, it did it. So I don't know how to do that one anymore, but someone in the comment section will probably help out with that. But yeah, those are probably the most effective skill moves you want to use in FIFA. It's going to be nice to learn skill moves if the finesse shot meta is gone and you actually have to create 1v1s or cross the ball, whatever it is that you're going to be doing. Just trying to help you guys out in terms of the skill move that's actually very helpful in this game. So some of them are helpful, but not good, right? Ball roll is not like it's a really, really effective skill move, but it's helpful to get that extra angle without having to touch the ball like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that the ball angles itself for you to create space for yourself in regards to shooting, passing, crossing, whatever it is that you're going to be doing. But yeah, that's going to conclude the video for today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know what else you guys would like to see in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys for the next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.